Welcome back to Backroom Convos. I'm your host at the most, Leslie M. Daily Report, aka Future Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Teddy like Carlo. The song of the day is Butata by Babalwa featuring Sticks and how do you call the guy NVCHO? How do you pronounce that? Do let me know in the comment section. So it's Butata by Babalo M featuring Sticks and the guy I don't know how to pronounce his name NVCHO. Do let me know how you pronounce that. I like the song and I think every time I've always been thinking I think for the I always it feels like I'm lying, but I think the past 3 days, not now, like Boma Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. This song I was playing it a lot. I was playing it a lot, and yeah, enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and let's run about the time that I lost my phone. The last days of losing my phone. This is one of the songs that I played. Butata by Babalo M. So it was released 2 months ago, and in top music videos, it's ranking 48 and has about 1.8 views, and it was released 2 months ago. And I'm not sure if the singing is a part of Babalo's music is probably a part of the album. No, the songs are actually a part of the album that she released. Is it Kenjo? If I'm not mistaken, is the name of the album is Kenjo, the name of the album. And on YouTube, Babala's page. Yeah, do you call them pages on YouTube? Yeah, I think it's a page on YouTube. So it's a page. She has about 80,300 80.3 thousand subscribers. The number. So yeah, man, we are talking about what's happening in LA, the fire that's happening in LA, the conspiracy theories. I've heard people like DGG. So I saw DDG. He's always on stream, by the way, for the people who don't know. So DDG is an American rapper, streamer now streamer, and he's the baby daddy of Haley, the Bailey twins. So he is dating Haley. They have a son called Halo. So yeah, DDG is that streamer, is that rapper. So he was saying he feels like all these files are a bit weird to him. You know, they feel a bit weird because 4 years ago, for people that don't know, there was a proposal that was put out to say LA has to have a smart city by 2028, right? 2024, is it 2024? 2024, 25. The governor, I think, I don't remember the name of the governor. Can you all please Google the name of the governor of LA? So he spoke about the LA smart city. It's called LA 2.0. For those of you wondering, LA 2.0 is the smart city that they are trying to build, but don't have enough information to speak on the city. But I'll say this: I saw the pictures, I saw the videos. LA is in shambles, and a lot of people. I don't know if this is strange. I think because for the longest time, I think it isn't strange because for the longest time, Hollywood has been associated with bad energy, with dark energy, with bad energy, with evil, with the devil. It's been associated with that, and it burning down now. I think it created it created or it kind of like brewed a conversation among people who are believers and non-believers to say, oh, and especially amongst believers would say, oh, this place is burning down, the devil's place is burning down, thank God this is happening, and I'm like, yeah, there's that perspective, and a lot comes to play. And I saw a video at some point It was speaking about Diddy. Ogoti, Diddy is actually one of the people that's behind the fires. And I'm like, okay, I didn't listen to the conspiracy theory, but what is it exactly about the conspiracy theory that, you know, they feel like Diddy is a part of it, you know? So I didn't even look into it because I don't think I wasn't gravitating towards that. But also, I was like, logically, if there's a fire, you guys in America, I'm so sorry. I think people in America, like, they are like the second biggest audience that we have on the podcast. So you guys in America, I feel like, I don't know if it's construction or it's law in SA, in the United States rather, to build houses that are made of wood. I mean, if you stay in a place that's in those like flammable trees, of which I think Donald Trump has spoken about it, or like in Australia, they also do have like similar trees, and like they implemented a strategy that whatever the hazard that might occur, there's fewer chances of houses burning, or like lesser numbers are gonna burn down because of that particular thing that they implemented in Australia. Donald Trump was speaking about it, I think, earlier on in the week, if not last week. He was speaking about it, and I was like, well, obviously there is laws. Insurance company in the LA region were not covering home or properties. We're not covering properties. So some of the properties that are in LA, they were not insured because it was a high risk for houses there for the longest time. Speaking about high-risk houses, the Palisades is burnt to ashes. So the Palisades is like the billionaire row, the billionaire aisle where you find all the billionaires who stay there, the millionaires. It's like your dream house, your dream come true house. It has the ocean view. It has the beach house. It's the beach house. It's the freeway is here, the big house is here, the beach is over there, the sand is here. You can just walk into, like it's that type. And the prices of those houses are insane. They can range between something in the ballpark of like 20 million. So even DDG, I think at some point he was making an example. Obviously, a house here, a 4 bedroom house. He has a 4 bedroom house. The one that he's recording in the streams. He's like, the house that I'm in now is like 4 bedroom. Of which I don't remember the exact numbers. I might be butchering this. He's like in the ballpark of like 2 million, 1.5. In the Palisades, the same house that he has, a 4 bedroom house in the Palisades, it might cost like 20-25 million. And I get it because like the market is different, the situation of the property is different, which also affects the appreciation value of the property. So I think as I was reading into it, I didn't know about mention text. There was like mention text, and apparently this is what's happening. Before we talk about mention text, apparently this is what's happening in the US, like in areas where the fires are. So in regions where the fires didn't go to, people there are charging higher rentals. So there's actually a law that says you can't overcharge basically because they know LA. So there's been laws that say, Guti, should there be or fire arise around the LA region, you can't charge a tenant more than 10% of the original price, of which now apartments, someone was making an example, and I was looking at a video in YouTube. He was making it an example and he was saying, Guti, apartments, studio apartments that used to range in the ballpark of 2.4. I don't know how they pronounce. I think they 204. That's how they pronounce it. They pronounce 2.4 that way. I don't know. It's like the weird thing, the weirdest thing that they have that side. It's like an apartment that's renting 2.4. This is USD. Doubles the price. It goes from 4 to 8, or to from not yes, it goes from 4 to 8, or from 4 to like 9, something crazy like that. And people are taking advantage of the fact that there'll be customers, because a lot of houses have went down. So, and I think the government has set out a budget of 760 million, and that won't cover all the houses. It will cover about the 300 houses, and even in some of the houses that were in the Palisades that used to cost like 20 million, they won't get the 20 million. They'll be getting the 3 million, rather. So it's not a lot, but I feel like the government is trying. If you're getting something like 3 million from a natural disaster, it's not the government. I'm like, it's natural disaster. We all knew that at some point that was going to happen. You just never took measures to make sure that your home is secured. As a property owner in the Palisades, knowing the situation, the trees that are flammable are near you, but you didn't take precaution, right? So I think like 3 million is still decent. Then obviously people who stay there, it's people who can afford to actually top up the 3 million and actually buy something or build something that's proper within the place, you know. So, and I guess that's my take. I don't know if there's anything that I'm missing about what's happening as far as like the fires in LA. So if there is something that I'm missing, please do let me know in the comment section. I am your host with the most less of I am the report, aka shoot your shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me daddy like Cairo. This is the last episode. Oh, actually, it's not the last episode. The last episode of the week is as Friday. New Music Friday is the last episode of the week, which will be released tomorrow. So yeah, how did you feel about the episode? Did you think we did enough research? Or do you feel like there's still more information, or do you want more information? Do you want us to dive deep as far as like, I know I was set out to speak about mention text and how it works in LA. I think I can give a quick breakdown before we close it up or before we wrap it up. So a mention text, if a mention text is if you buy a mention, say you wanna buy a mention in Riverbend, or you wanna buy a mention in SA, say for instance in Sentin, we all know Sentin, people that are from South Africa. You wanna buy a mansion in Sense. A mansion costs approximately, let's say 1 million. It costs 1 million in Sense. No, not 1 million. Let's say 10 million. It costs 10 million, and 4% of the 10 million has to go to the people there, or the government. It goes to the government. 4% of that goes to the government. So for everyone that's buying a property there, if it's 20 million, 4% of that goes to the government. So that's how mention tax works. So I'm not sure about the dynamics of how mention text works, but I just got a brief of what it's about from a guy in YouTube. So I forgot the name of the guy, who the guy is, but he was speaking. If you can search the Palisades fires, you'll most probably get to the guy. So the page, maybe I can just give you the page of the guy. So the page of the guy is Devil Crazy. Is it crazy? Crazy. Is it crazy? Daryl Crazy Los Angeles living. Daryl Crazy Los Angeles living. So he gives a brief breakdown of everything that's happening within the Los Angeles region, and mostly about the fires that are happening, the mentioned Texas, the price raise around the neighborhoods, and where he's from. So that's where he is. That's why he's able to give more of like in depth, in depth perspective on this particular matter. So yeah, man, what do you think about the episode? Do let me know in the comment section. I am your host with the most. Let's go have the report, aka shoot your shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me daddy like Carlo. Let's meet again on another exciting episode of Bedroom Convos with Lisa. Have a lovely one. Cheers.